Here we have 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? Let's get into it.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude?
Right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So it's
thing-
dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is you would have to actually have to go to work.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still work.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
That's what I'm playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. I even enjoy streaming.
What? Nah, this looks juicy, chat.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. So my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing. You're right.
I'm gonna keep this tabbed. W man. Oh, I gotta do that on my phone. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Hope you're doing well tonight, Brody. Damn, Jason the Wii streaming. Wrap it up. It's over. It's over, bro. I'm not getting no views. We're cooked.
Oh!
When are you done with video? Probably gonna go to sleep when you done with. Oh, bet.
Get up every day. You go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go. You flip some patties.
Nah,
Maybe you sign a few envelopes. Answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your.
No. Streamlabs too much for my PC. Oh. Let me help you with your settings, bro. Call me. I will help you with your settings right fucking now.
Milk carrier. I'm a milk carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something,
Well,
man.
pause. So you say, hold up, milk?
It's like a switch
No,
that
when
never
you're a
turns
milk
off.
carrier.
Oh, mail. What am I saying?
Milk carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to
I'm
deal with
still slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of
Bro's saying I get treated like shit every motherfucking day. This guy's got 2
taking every little
chains on, golden
Crazy.
ring. This guy looks like $1 million, bro. This guy looks like $1 million, bro. And then Lacey on the other just looks like a fucking fat fuck. I mean, Jason's just a fucking Asian. I'm not racist or anything. I'm me. Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm tweaking.
decision we make, every thought
You
we
guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
what's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
shit I
idea?
go through
Oh
every
my
day.
god, I have to
got
stream
dogs,
today.
and I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy,
I
24/7.
wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even, we're
money.
not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wouldn't
doing
do all
things,
of
going
that
to parties, doing
because
all this
shit.
stuff.
Going to parties, setting up dominoes, fucking making basketball shots, fucking jumping off a trampoline. What else? Making snow cones. I don't know, bro.
Slave just for not even $100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Nah, that's actually insane. This guy's making not even $100,000 a year, and all these streamers right here, make $100,000 in a month. In 1 month. In 1 month. Holy shit. I got locked in, bro. I need some help, bro.
About this, you're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
You don't gotta deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. We have to create content.
No. I can just sense everyone on the working side is just pissed at these motherfuckers because they have way more money than them. Oh my god.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this here?
Nah, if they were smart, they'd be like, hey, I was on the FaZe video, post clips about that, something related to him being in the FaZe video, boom, 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 maybe it pops off, and then he can continue his streaming career. That's the only way it's possible, bro. I mean, shit.
People are lazy. They want
Look at this guy in the back. Look at at all these guys. They're red. They're all red, bro. What the fuck? They are pissed.
to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboys.
Yeah, and you're right, homeboy. You're right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
You deal with children every day.
You deal with tens of thousands of children
Nah.
and adults.
The Lazy Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lazy Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. You know how hard that is in the life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why you
cook,
gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch
What am I watching? She is pissed. Oh my god.
you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to go to work. Oh, I'm discussing you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers.
No, these people like deadass believe. Nah.
Whatsoever. He would have to turn
You're
around.
proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You
could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Everyone.
I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight yo Lacey. It's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal. I gotta post on Instagram.
No. I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I love fashion, I love acting, I love singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
No.
Have you ever
You
done it?
get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled. and your
You get spoiled. They actually found a method. They were the smarter ones, when you really think about it. But we're not gonna.
mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
Deadass.
days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night break.
We all stream.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute
pass
ad.
trays, you're short-handed.
What about the fake relationships that you have?
Oh my God.
Now think
It's
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging
got
you
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex.
I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think. Social media.
I wish I had a good soundboard, bro. All I got is that.
What they say about you.
That's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor center, or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
You're
brother.
short-handed.
We're saving thousands. You're saving one.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he talking to
editors,
face you?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because
Bitch, this guy said it's a group.
That's bad takes.
that's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say, as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies.
Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think it's like 60-40, 40% camera work, 60%. Actually, maybe 50-50. Because if it wasn't for the camera and the frame, that's a whole different story. But if you're just vlogging, you could just do that. But I say like 60-40, 60-40, 60-40.
Hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is he laughing? Bro, it's not. She's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah, when you go to
guaranteed.
work every day,
So
everyone's
you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you want to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to...
Why are they snap?
Easier or harder?
Oh shit!
What aspect of it?
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera, or whatever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
what do you-
talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though?
But
But it doesn't make. But you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
No, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of harder? That's the thing. It's like...
Pause.
Stuff
It's
that you need
difficult.
creativity. You need to
Okay.
get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone. You
Yeah.
need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you
So
watch
much
YouTube.
YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true. But you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment
This is entertainment.
as a job.
But this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But my
as a
question
job
to you
doesn't
is
have
why?
any
Why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah,
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you.
In the
because there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity.
there's
Some people
hard-
around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with
You-
millions
when
of
you're
people.
creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
Not true.
Workers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type of
later.
content, he loses
So when
his
you
job.
go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone and you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is...
Did this guy just start snapping? What the
phone
fuck?
and turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you have to do
coworkers and
throughout the
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do. Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No, let me
Yeah,
hear me out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that.
Sorry, bye.
So you got a lot of flags.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home.
I'm not laughing because of what she said. I'm laughing because look at these motherfuckers when she said that.
Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home.
Like what?
If I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how
Yo, this
it's a
guy-
aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social
This
media
is not real, bro.
that you get
How long have you been on
berated.
social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of
There's no relaxation.
So I can answer a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you're saying like you can manage like your time.
Jason is cracking me
Like,
up,
you have a
bro.
Girlfriend when you go home, like.
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
So
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
He's about to
completely. Bad myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there.
We've all been there, dude. Motherfuckers are relatable as fuck, bro.
The 5 worker has been there.
So
that's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system.
Yo, what the fuck?
Um,
Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
so
that's
going
why.
back to what you said.
What the fuck is that here?
said how you have a support system. I moved across the country from
Yo,
my
this guy
parents
snapping,
at the
bro.
age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was
You were in
losing.
the red every
I was in the
month. I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
Double whammy.
across the country.
Why
So
is
it's
she
like when you're alone
snapping?
too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
Why is she laughing? Like this, I want to dead ass punch this motherfucking.
I don't like why she's laughing, bro.
So I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's a
to
whole
5.
different. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
work
don't
9 to
have
5?
families that support them or
But
accept
that's a whole
them
different conversation. What does that do with the 9 to 5?
because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privilege?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities
Bro, what am I watching right now?
to make money in the
Like these
first
people are just on my Geesley, bro.
place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question. Would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she
Cap. That's cap. That's not true, bro.
had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in
knew
the
that
door.
she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
It's
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos.
That's-
Even if people are hating on you and
that's not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So were
school.
we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a monthly thing. It's a yearly thing. It's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker, their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content.
Okay.
People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now. They get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back?
When someone is called out on social media for something,
I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of
this is the first time Adapts actually had to think, and he's honest. Hey, we'll see what he says.
do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is
I'm a little older than you guys. I hate motherfuckers that are like this. Like, bro, you didn't live my life. Sure, all of our lives are similar, but I'm not you. Like, you understand? Like, you don't know more than me because you're older. Maybe you have a little bit more wisdom, sure, but you're not better than me, bro. This guy's just making it seem like he's better than them.
just general angst from being young.
Yo, bro, what the fuck is out here?
Camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever. But at the same time, like you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that. That's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so. I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 17 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We have to,
You already know what you're doing.
we have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular,
I mean, I guess that's true. That is low-key true.
to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same
That I
students.
had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick stroke.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years, right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years, right? And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yo, what's good, Coop? What's good, Brody? We're reacting to a 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. If you want to see it fully on YouTube, it will be on YouTube pretty soon. But yeah, this has been pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's been hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, these people are dead ass mad at the streamers, bro. Like, they're mad, and we all know why they're mad, because they make 10, 100 times more than what they're making a year, bro. It's actually insane.
Which stage?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team. Was it just you? Like,
no. It was just me. There's receipts.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was 13,
How did YouTube become so easy? Because a bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing. And if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact you have a campus to teach on. Then boom, then there you go.
Right, but I also have to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
No. It's not that. It's not just playing video games. It's actually more than that. It's being really creative, I'm not gonna lie. And I am still yet to become very creative. But we're learning. We're learning on the way. We're on the way, bro. Some shit will come down. We're just gonna continue to push it and, you know, lock in and try new things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
Brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-frame raid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Very different. Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You have to stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
Yeah, she chose that job. Like, the fuck? You chose that job. That's your fucking fault.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
so
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
your job isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your job isn't physically taxing. You're just talking into a microphone.
Listen. So your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical. I'm saying that a 9 to 5 job where you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So physically, I physically can't haul around bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here. Come on, man. None of you can. None of you can.
And you have to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
taking 4 days to hit a trick shot. You're taking 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have to do that.
And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace all of the things that you use?
No.
You have to clean all of your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When you're done, you're done.
These
Oh
things?
my God, Elgato?
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor clips without disabling resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. The main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
and
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far as.
So how many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However long I needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off his stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
What about dead zones?
Stick drift.
The thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I got it.
Wait.
They're laughing. That's happened recently.
I've got a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost decapitated him.
Stars.
This is good, chat. This is good. Okay, she seems nice. It's just the hair is just throwing me off, literally.
I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Quiet, peaceful.
Yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9 to 5ers and we interact and have energy with people.
She's saying a whole lot of nothing. Social media is on the phone here, on the phone. She talking about in person, like what? If anything, she's just saying she's an extrovert, brother.
where I don't think that you guys have that. You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So wait, isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video and
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
What kind of shit's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high, you're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your
We don't
choice?
like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't
And
do
that's what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you're dealing with people. You're touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many babes we need a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
'Cause
watch
I
any
think-
entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you
I
ever-
got kids.
wait,
I got
do
grandkids.
you ever laugh? You ever laugh?
Of course I
So
laugh.
then the interaction.
But the interaction is not
make you
real.
feel better?
When
Have
I'm
you
in, it
ever
all
been
depends
entertained
on
and
what's
like, oh,
coming.
I feel good?
Some of it is fake. Some of it is
This is hurting my
fake.
brain.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating here. But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you.
Okay, all right.
So like when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys are doing this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
What we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I love your videos growing up. You're my childhood. I used to watch you
Their
every
hands
single
shaking, their
day.
hands shaking.
Like you're my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had
Ben
kids come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Had kids come up to me and say these things. So.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the most difficult shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
you
is
she
so
did.
rude,
She
honestly.
worked-
Get this guy out of here, bro.
There's two of them.
Okay,
He works at two hospitals.
let me ask you something.
He said it's mad easy. She can work at two hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you said. You don't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meet back all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, well.
But is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What is it fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about
Yo, this guy is mad.
playing video games.
Whoa. That sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But,
Your is decent.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, that was sarcasm. I mean, you didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen to the time
What?
I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now I wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, because I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel ears like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool,
So he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I can just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can just scrub something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work.
You already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already. You go to sleep.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope. Wait,
It means
is that racist?
Wow.
Yeah, no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say. You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm an
you
introvert.
said
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Like, bro, these are dead ass a bunch of animals I'm watching right now, bro. Like, what the fuck?
No, I believe.
I think dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder,
Nah.
why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you love that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifices.
So
And that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to
You
5,
lost the human
if I was
touch
flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch with streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 95%, maybe
But
1, 2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
That's not the point, though.
No, that's my point. That's my point.
Streaming is
Was that
that's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a
Yeah,
bag.
I ain't gonna lie,
He did it for a
I did.
bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick something that I
Future
love,
for-
something that I'm passionate about, and motion? I pick motion.
Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Amazing name.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent on people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I started.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched the show and you stopped watching it?
Mm.
Have you ever watched the show and you were like,
All the time.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I had to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
They
canceled
gotta
because I
get it-
stopped watching?
Well, no, let's say thousands of you stopped watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of people.
focusing
You guys know what
on-
Cartoon Network is?
Your
It's
father
gone.
stopped. Would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model. But
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14. I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like you out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait, can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky then?
What is your talent? Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. the
So you were
game.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You,
So
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people are
I'm still tabbed. W fucking mans, bro. W mans, bro. Yeah, this video has been fucking insane. I appreciate you though.
could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
this
the
hard
best?
work and all this
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got four. I got four.
No,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play. I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling
so that's not luck. That's pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
worked.
talent. They have
They
a
worked.
talent.
They had a
But
team.
it's-
So what
you
do
know
you
how many
do?
talented people out there and don't get the chance? They don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
don't.
You just said.
What he did
I
to get
said
to
a
where
lot
he
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
I know people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. You know, there was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why are you laughing?
No,
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking, if that's luck,
where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we don't have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what? I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a video game. They just don't understand, bro. They just don't understand, and it's sad. Like, these different generations are insane. I can't imagine what the future generation is gonna be like.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
That's the privilege.
Privilege. He did it himself, bro. What are you talking about, privilege?
I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it. Your son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think?
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not.
You don't think you don't think it's talent?
You're just too old to understand.
That's I can't argue that because
Y'all could never play FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep it a
shit.
buck. There's a disconnect. You come from a generation where this didn't exist. This career. You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist, so no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
And it's fun.
You gotta play back. You gotta play back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Oh shit!
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to
What's
meet you.
up? My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking
We
it back
fall
to...
off.
That's being... What? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
Same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get
Yeah,
laid
that's
off.
it's kind
okay.
of it's not the same concept. Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And then-
but if you lose a job,
You
can't
just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. no?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't. I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security. I
that's
just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9 to
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of video games is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent.
No. Swag is actually cracking me up, bro. I do not know why. wait.
Aspect of a video game, playing video games is a talent.
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry,
but people
my
play,
next
millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted.
so good.
It's like saying, here's a paintbrush. Go paint me Picasso.
Yeah,
Like
at
what?
that point, this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament
You
and
could
win
never.
it.
You could.
win it.
You could. You could.
You wouldn't even-
You could.
you wouldn't even qualify.
You could.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I said it's a skill. I didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can own.
how do
you
you
can
know? How do you
master.
know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How do
does-
you know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
so
What does it take to be on that level?
just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work, and editing, and filming, and constantly.
I'm just talking about
having
pure
to
skill.
innovate
As far as like the
and
videos and stuff like that, just all pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours.
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no maps? Can you get a refresh on the best players?
I can also put. I can circle back and give
Do you
you
know how to
different
short
terms
bounce back?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No, I don't. But
Is
if
that
I
what
want,
you put in an Excel sheet? You can do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just talking. They're just talking game.
These
As
refreshes
a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Took-
took 3 days, you don't think we could master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
And but let me give you, if I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you gotta give us it back in double.
No, that's not
Oh,
how
what
the job works.
happened?
You pay me, I'll
What
get the job
happened?
done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this area.
Yeah, that's facts. That's a fact. So.
And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was hard. And that's what I think.
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Crazy video. Wow. Just wow.